Hello, and welcome back to the land of fever dreams and quarantines, Gingerdale. All right. So we came back from a far too long hiatus.
Yeah.
Away from Riverdale.
I was having some Riverdale withdrawals.
Withdrawal, yeah, like as if you had been on Jingle Jangle
Yeah.
or Fizzle Rocks, and
Or
suddenly
whatever's
it was taken
new.
from you.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there something new in the market?
I
There
think
was.
that. I think.
Is Fizzle Rocks the new stuff?
I think Fizzle
Oh.
Rocks is a new thing. I think Fizzle Rocks is the latest
Pixie
one.
Sticks. Fizzle
Pixie-
Sticks.
oh.
No, it wasn't.
That would be a good
That
one,
was the
though.
Fizzle
That's the
Sticks.
next one.
That was
Next
Fizzle
one should be Pixie Sticks.
No, I thought that's what it was. The Fizzle Sticks.
It's Fizzle Sticks, yeah.
No,
but
Jingle
Pix-
Jangle was a Pixie Stick.
yeah. Jingle Jangles was
Oh.
Pixie Sticks.
There was
Yes.
a thing called Fizzle Sticks?
No.
Now I'm just making
That's what you're saying,
up.
Fiddlesticks.
Just
Fiddlesticks
making
to all
up.
these candy drugs.
Candy drugs,
They're
yeah.
all disgusting. Okay. So, to start, I love how we got this photo of Reggie
it
here. To
is.
start us off right.
It's the Jingle Jangle.
Yes, with the jingle jangle. But, so one thing that I found interesting about this episode, just right off the bat, was that we had the month-long hiatus, and we just, like, skipped how we got rid of the quarantine, or, like, what really happened with the quarantine.
Yeah.
Remember, like, the episode ended when Jughead was going to come back, right? He and his dad were on their way back, and then it was like they were blocked, right?
Yes.
It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
How did they get in?
Yeah.
When did they get in? Were they just hanging outside until the quarantine was lifted? I have lots of questions that were not answered by
Yeah.
this episode. They just started us right off a month later. So what were your thoughts about when we came right back in?
I mean, I think that it was a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember what exactly happened at the very beginning.
Well, I loved the opening with Tony and
Oh, that's right.
Cheryl.
That's right.
Because I complain every week. I'm like, where's my Joni?
That's right.
And this time we actually
they
got
were,
a little bit.
Showing some PDA.
Yeah.
They
mhm.
were, hot and heavy.
Right.
They were getting in trouble at school.
Being literal
Which
cat burglars.
I feel like in this show, I'm surprised that they got in trouble for holding hands.
Yeah, but it's a police state now. Right?
Yeah.
It's like suddenly no affection can be shown. And there's
But,
also no explanation for this.
Like Jughead sleeping over in Betty's bed in high school.
Right.
It was like, okay, all right.
Oh, it's because they didn't want that.
Oh, that's right. They didn't
The
want to
contagious.
spread. You're right. They
Didn't want to
I
spread.
remember
But
that.
as the girl said, like, it's been a month and no one has contracted anything. Clearly this is BS.
Yes.
And I agree with this. So, moving on, though, to another couple that did start holding hands and more. I know we were all expecting Veronica and Reggie to
Yes.
happen, but were you expecting it the way that we got it this episode?
Honestly, I don't think it built up enough.
Right.
I think that there was kind of like this moment where he was just like staring at her, watching her sing, and he's like, yeah, she's kind of hot. I think I'll make out with her. But there really wasn't something there to build the relationship. I wanted there to be more.
Yeah.
like
I like this friendship they've got going on.
like
and
he
I
did
like
something nice, or I don't know.
I like how he's like her go-to man. He's been there
Yeah.
for her, so I totally get it. But I wanted
Yeah.
more. Especially like that moment where she's singing and he comes in and looks at her. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it. And then suddenly they're making out. And I was like, oh, well.
It was more like they're just in the moment.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
Daniel tell you that I'm pretty sure I saw Reggie on a Razor commercial?
Daniel tells me nothing. Oh my
Really?
gosh. So what happened?
He didn't respond very much. I sent it to him on Instagram, and
Uh-huh.
I think he sent me a different meme in response.
Wow.
But there is a Razor, like the computer gaming company Razor.
Mhm.
There's like a guy and he's playing video games, and there's like the game is like sending like motion waves through his skin, and his skin's rippling. And I'm 100% sure that it is Reggie.
Oh, all right, Charles.
I
Get
didn't-
it.
I
Get
didn't
that
send it.
Razor commercial money.
Didn't send it to our producers. I don't have like a photo to show you guys. But,
But
maybe he'll
have
work
faith.
his magic
Yeah.
throughout the show. If it's even
And make
on the
Veronica's skin
internet, it was
ripple?
okay. Honestly, it was a sponsored ad in my Insta stories, and I was like, "Send this to Daniel before I never see it again."
Oh
so.
no! Well, next time you have to send it to me.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, I
screenshot
will.
that
I
for
will.
you. I'll screenshot that
I
for
will.
you. Anyway, so this lovely new romance that will last approximately
One episode.
I was gonna give it 2 to 3 weeks, but all right, one episode.
Yeah.
Came about because of more machinations
Yes.
from Veronica's father, because the lodges and their shenanigans are never ending.
Yeah.
So Veronica's speakeasy is booming, in the wake of...
Do they sell alcohol at her?
No.
Okay.
They still... Because they had the mocktails.
Yeah, but there was a line that Reggie said where he was like, even your mocktails are running low or selling out or something like that. I'm thinking like...
Oh, like maybe now they've added the new dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they have because I think that Reggie like went on a beer run or something.
Yeah, I think he did.
So yeah. Which is funny because Pops originally was like, no, nothing illegal in my place. And now he's like, let me help you cook the books, Veronica.
Pops, he's always like there just to be a character that says something. You know?
His off-screen development is so vast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she did cook the books in order to try to throw her father off the scent.
It did not work.
It didn't. It never works.
That real fast.
Way too fast.
I think he saw it as soon as he looked at the books.
Yeah.
I think he knew.
It's because well, that and also he just stalks her for a living, right?
I thought cooking the books was just writing in different numbers.
Isn't that what it is?
Right?
Isn't that cooking the books?
How did he know that was fake? Like, if you look at the numbers,
He's like, I see those erasure marks. There was a different number there before.
I don't know, like, how you can tell. Like, isn't that how they fool, like, the government?
Yes, that is how you fool the government. But he's so much more than the government. He's just basically the god of Riverdale.
He's the Gargoyle King, and we know it.
He sees all. He knows all.
He does know all.
He stops all.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of this ongoing eternal struggle with Veronica and her father? When will it end? When will she get the upper hand?
What does he want? Does he want to control his daughter, or does he want her to take his place? Because I can't tell.
Okay, I would say he wants to groom her to take his place, right?
Okay.
Eventually, in the far, far future. But I also think he might think he's immortal. So I don't know.
He'll never need her to take his place.
Exactly. I don't know if he thinks he needs her.
Yeah.
He just really wants her to, like, be fully supportive of him, but he also doesn't... He never really seems fazed by anything that she does, so... At some point, it gets a little bit, like... I liked it when it felt like it was more of an even playing field.
She did get one over his head at the Underground Wrestling match. I think he was genuinely surprised at the little stunt she pulled there with her wig. I don't know. I don't know how I didn't recognize his daughter with just a wig on, but it was a good wig, though.
Oh, and look, there she is with Reggie.
There she is with
Reggie. Her trusty sidekick and future lover.
I'm sorry, Reggie, but it's only going to be one episode. And
exactly, it's not going to... Especially... Well, we'll talk about that later.
As soon as she... Oh, yeah, right. I was going to say that, too, and I was like, wait. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to last.
Now, however... This did lead us into the larger storyline for the night, right?
Yes.
Because in order to stop paying her father like 5 to 15%, depending on how he felt that day, in order to protect her from him,
that's how it always works, right?
It's like the circular logic. That's very, very Riverdale. She had to go to Jughead, right? Yes. So Jughead's just come back, and he's become the leader of the Serpents again, but no one's really that happy about it.
No one's really listening to him.
Yeah.
He's kind of, like, fallen from his throne.
Yeah. Like, they're still sort of like they have nothing better to do
and
than to follow him.
And everyone fights him. Like, every time they're like, oh, give me your jacket, they're like, no. Like,
I love Cheryl saying, like, we'll go, but we're keeping the jacket.
I know.
At this
fashion.
Point, yeah. Cheryl is just like a walking meme at this point, but she's also, like, still the best thing, right? Like,
definitely.
She always brightens up the show no matter what she's doing.
She does have the best jacket of them all, too.
She does, that's true.
I definitely want a Cheryl Blossom Southside. They're not Southside anymore, what are they? Something else Serpents? Just Serpents?
Just Serpents? I think they're just the Serpents now, because they're all over Riverdale. They're not the Riverdale Serpents. Yep. But anyway, so he didn't want them to be going to illegal means, right, to get their money.
Yes.
But of course... here's a question.
They're a gang, though.
Yeah. That I was literally just
like
wondering that to myself.
Righteous, but they're a gang.
Yeah, I was like, what is the point of the Serpents if you're not doing crime?
Because, like, we see his mom, and she's, like, extending the gang out in, what is it, Toledo?
In Toledo, yeah. And it's crime.
It's crime.
It's black market, right?
Do you think she killed the blonde lady lawyer? I forgot her name.
Penny?
Thank you, Penny.
I do think she killed Penny.
Yeah.
I do. Do you guys think she killed Penny? Let us know in the chat.
She's scary.
She's scary, but in a good way, in the best way. Yeah. She's scary in the best way. But yeah, so Jughead wants to be on the straight and narrow, which means beating up Hiram's dudes.
Yeah, how did they get the first thing I would have done when I pulled that stunt was rip the guy's mask off.
And I was like, why didn't they do that? I was waiting for it. I thought that's why they were gathering around him.
You're a bunch of dummies.
Yeah, I just think they were just like, go. I guess it's because they know he's going to Hiram.
Yeah, he's like, tell your master that we are onto him, and then they free him. I'm like, are you kidding
what
me?
if he wasn't, right? Like, maybe ripping off the mask would tell you something else about him.
It would connect him to something, some business, like, maybe we've seen Hiram.
And also, you talk to Hiram every day, so why don't you just keep that guy in your dungeon, and then tell Hiram yourself, hey, by the way, we have your dude in our dungeon.
So,
like, I don't know.
Maybe
a bad leader.
They saving it for like a later reveal.
Yeah, I guess they. I mean, I'm sure you're right that they are.
Are they gonna like torture him with his mask on? But I just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like this episode, it had a couple of like moments where I'm like, I get why you're doing it, but I don't know why they're doing it.
Why did your henchman not rip his mask off?
Yeah. Because like speaking of. When Tony and Cheryl were stealing the Glamour J egg, which was hilarious.
I love that name. That made me want one.
Yeah.
Glamour J egg.
Like, that's even better than a Fabergé egg.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
It's just a glamorous Fabergé egg.
Isn't Fabergé last name? Isn't like the family's name? Yeah, it's like that.
So this is just like, anyway, the best egg. The best egg ever.
Glamour J.
I was also just like, why? Because it's like they weren't like sharing the proceeds with the rest of the gang.
Yeah, I was like,
how do you have money, Cheryl?
How do you call yourselves like Robin Hoods when you're stealing from the rich to give to yourself? That's not what he did.
Exactly. You missed the last step, Cheryl.
Giving it to everyone else.
Yeah, that was a bit humorous.
Yeah, she's feeling really self-righteous, and I don't think she should because she's kind of evil right now.
She's kind of evil? Wow.
And how, like, making stupid moves by, like, leaving her calling card at the crime scene, like...
It's because I think she's just doing it sort of just, like, to spice up her life right now, you know?
Yeah, but why would Hiram Lodge need someone else... No. Oh, no, never mind. He blackmailed Veronica, so he didn't really care. I was thinking, like, why didn't he just go back and get the egg from her? She's just Cheryl Blossom.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he wanted to blackmail her.
Yeah, he used it just
to blackmail her. I don't think he really
so
cared
really
about
just, in the end, it just helped him. In the end, it
Yeah.
just helped him, exactly.
They helped him.
And then she tried to take Fangs down with her. But one thing this episode did do was it helped me distinguish two members of the Serpents.
Yes!
I now know who Fangs is, and I now know who Sweet Pea is.
Fangs was the one where he was sitting at the game table, and I'm like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Like, I did not remember who he was. And so now at least
Now we know.
He'll become a more, yep, that was the photo. And I was like, excuse me, who's this at the front? He is suspicious, and everyone's like, that's Fangs. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Now, Sweet Pea was, like, very protective of Fangs.
Yeah, you didn't get a relationship?
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, is this secret love that we will see blossom?
It's either secret love or it's just like a bromance.
Yeah, it's a bromance, but I feel like in Riverdale, you know...
Because they're in the same...
Everything has to develop further than that. Yeah. If you see screen time for it, it's because it's a romance.
Yeah.
Because where do people interact with their friends? Not on Riverdale.
No.
Now, this is interesting. Heel Life had said they're going to have Jughead be the man in black for Archie. Now, do we feel like, leaving Archie aside for now, do we feel like Jughead is heading down a path to be the man in black? I mean, he is trying to set himself up as a rival for Hiram.
No, because he's trying to be too righteous. And I think the man in black is not righteous. So maybe he's going to be like the man in white.
The man in white.
You know?
We're gonna go scandal, but like white hats and black hats.
Yeah.
He's gonna trade out his beanie for a white one, or just like spray paint it white.
I think that's what they're going for. He just switches it for just a white beanie.
Exactly. He just
like
replaces it with a white beanie.
Switches from the white hat to the black hat.
Exactly.
So.
But he's having a difficult time of it. But you know what? One thing. Okay, so he did take Sweet Pea, sorry, I did it again. He took Fangs back at the end.
I thought that was crap.
Yes.
I thought that was crap because he was favoring Fangs this whole time, and Fangs is selling drugs, okay? Right. And Cheryl Blossom and Tony are stealing from the rich. Which one seems a bit worse?
Right.
Drugs to kids. I'm going to add on that part. Drugs to kids. Which one seems worse? I'm going to side with Fangs twice.
Right.
Like,
no. Especially because he was selling them to, like, the poor, brainwashed convent children.
That's so evil.
Exactly. Come on, Fangs. Now, he had a good, like, sob story for it, but...
his mom was sick. Yeah,
his mom was sick. So I totally get it, and it's like his friend, whatever. But yeah, you can't play favorites,
Can
Jughead.
they not get jobs? Is it because of the quarantine?
But the quarantine was lifted. That's what was so weird. So I was like, what are they doing now? Like, they didn't have any money, though. Something was wrong, but I don't get what. And also, what is the point? Why does Hiram want to be the king of, like, a ghost town? I don't understand.
I don't know.
But, yes, I have so many questions. But speaking of Fangs and being brought back at the end, do you think, now I'm just, spitballing here, that in that, like, 5 minutes that he wasn't part of the Serpents, did he cut a deal with Hiram or the Gargoyle Gang? Because now he's like, oh, I want you to infiltrate the Gargoyle Gang, but what if it's like a double infiltration? You know what I'm saying?
Probably. It probably is. So you're thinking like it's part of the Serpents in the Gargoyle Gang? And that they're infiltrating each other?
Yes, yes. So like, I think he's already been coerced by the Gargoyle Gang to spy on the Serpents.
Maybe that's why they didn't reveal his face, but I don't know. I just think that was a dumb move.
It was a dumb move, I agree. Oh, okay, but yes, Heel Life is right. Jughead is doing wrong when he thinks he's helping. He thinks he's helping the Serpents, but he's not. Yeah. That is absolutely true. So in that sense, he might accidentally become the antagonist he fears.
Yeah.
In the attempt to set himself up against Hiram. Yeah. I just don't know that. Like, I don't think that Archie's gonna end up killing him. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna go that far. But I see where you're going with it.
I also like Tokukid's suggestion to make a new spin-off called Jughead's Crappy Adventures. He never recovered from that stint with G&G. Like.
No, he really hasn't. No, he's not back on track. He's not back on track yet. But he does at least have his queen, his serpent queen by his side again.
No, she's the griffin queen.
Yeah, she's the griffin queen, but for him, she's the serpent.
Yeah,
yes. She was pulling double duty as queen, and she didn't really get to do much with either.
I mean, that was a tough sell when they came up to that problem with, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead to something.
No, I mean, I think that's like the next
But
phase.
with like the kids and Betty is trying to help them, and they're like, what do you mean? You're in the Serpents. Like, you are a bad influence. Get out.
Yeah.
Like, it makes a lot of sense. Her sister wasn't telling lies.
Right.
We don't know what the farm is, and it does sound like a load of crap. But Betty is part of the Serpents.
I like how the farm is just like this convenient place where people can just go off screen until they're needed again. Because so far we don't
need your character for 5 episodes. Go to the farm.
Go to the farm. I can't wait until we find out exactly what happens in the farm.
Like literally a farm.
Yeah. We find out they're really farming. That's
hoping
it.
Some hay,
Like, it's like the true enemy.
Yeah.
Rural life, the true enemy of Riverdale. But
it's basically just the sweet life, but in Riverdale. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Paris Hilton and
oh my God,
show where they like try and slum it on it was not always farms, but a lot of farms.
Yeah. See, that's
what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to slum it.
For a second I thought you meant the sweet life of Zach and Cody, and I was like, wait a second.
That was a sweet life, not the other sweet life. Was it not sweet life? Simple life.
Simple life. Okay, thank you. That's why. That's why
it didn't make sense. Was it simple life? Am I just making a
No,
title?
You're right. It was simple life. It was simple life. Okay, but back to poor Betty.
Yes.
Okay, so Betty has been tasked. She's got the Herculean task, the Sisyphean task, if you will, of keeping all the plot lines going.
Oh my gosh.
No one else knows what they're doing.
No one else does. But Betty doesn't really either.
Exactly.
She's just trying.
She's trying. She's the one that's trying. And if they let her just focus on one thing, then maybe she'd get something done.
She milkshake on her jacket? Where'd that come from? That's the first time I saw that.
Pops. It's like Team Pops.
Yeah, but she doesn't work at Pops.
No, but Pops is the symbol of Riverdale. Come on.
I think that was
like a family institution.
That was a poorly placed patch on their part.
Is it?
It makes no sense.
Is it a milkshake?
Is it supposed to symbolize sorry, I'm going off on
a random topic. This is really important.
Random topic. Sorry, guys.
So I thought you were.
I was gonna say it's supposed to symbolize the sweet Betty, how in the promo she's sipping a milkshake.
I love that.
So is it just symbolism for Betty's character?
I think so. Yeah,
all right.
She's still using that outer shell's protection, but inside it's all dark.
Literally does not advance us whatsoever in our theory, but I noticed it.
Yeah, it was important. It was important to point out. Otherwise, you just keep it in and explode. Anyway,
just dwell on the milkshake forever.
I really.
There's a clear. Is it a pin? Or is it a patch?
It looks like a I think it's a patch.
Is it a
but
patch?
we can debate. Y'all tell us. Is that a patch or is that a pattern?
Yeah, let us know. This is crucial information. We cannot continue until someone votes on it.
Now it makes me feel like we really have to stop and wait. Type it, Toku Kid. I believe in you. Tell us the answer. No. Anyway. Oh, look, something happened.
Let's see. I still think my theory can happen that there is a villain not yet revealed controlling things behind the scenes and then bleed over into the next
I
season.
think it has to be true.
I'm going to be bummed, but I won't be surprised. Because, yeah, I think this is all... Because we're all like, oh, is it Hiram? No, it can't be Hiram. Oh, is it Betty's mom?
And
no,
now it's just like full speed ahead with Hiram.
And I think they're just going to be like, psych, it's Wanda! And they bring in like a new person. And I'm going to be like, what the...
I agree. I think there's still something else going behind the scenes because Hiram can't be so powerful that a billion nuns just die because of him.
What's the... Keep forgetting the name. You always get the redheads.
Evelyn, Evernever, and...
Evernever. The Evernever.
Yeah.
Mr. Evernever.
Speaking of Evelyn Evernever, this was the first time that we saw her and no one had a seizure around her.
Because she wants the kids to come to the farm and she hates the cheerleaders.
Yeah, I guess.
Has Betty had a seizure yet?
Yes, she had the seizure first episode.
Right.
Remember?
That's right. She was the first one to have the seizure.
She was the first seizure haver.
Yeah. So, it's still definitely her.
It's still definitely her causing seizures. And
did anyone spot her in the hallway scene? Was she like in the background or anything when all the girls had all the cheerleaders had a seizure?
Yes.
She was in the background.
I think that she was there.
That was last episode, right?
Last episode, yes. Or the episode before, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But I'm pretty sure she was there. Okay. And now she hasn't been at school because she's been at the farm and no one's having seizures. Yeah. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
But Betty, I really liked her team up with Josie's mom, who I will always call Josie's mom so that we can remember that Josie exists in the world. Also, because I never can remember her name, Sierra,
that
sounds correct. But yeah, so it really seemed like they were going somewhere. I was really getting excited.
Yeah.
I was getting ready. I was like, oh, we're going to get some testimony from the nuns. Was
she a lawyer and a mayor, or just a mayor?
She was the mayor, now she's a lawyer.
Okay.
I mean, I guess she was always a lawyer, but she was not
got a license, and then became a mayor, and then now she's just lawyering because she's no longer the mayor.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's how.
Because I was like, why is she taking legal advice with her? Because they don't show her very often. I forget about her character. Right.
Yeah, this season she's been all lawyer all the time. So yeah, I really was looking forward to where they're going, and then of course it took us back to the episode was called No Exit. So there was no exit. We could not push further ahead.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Amazing. That was some symbolism, but yeah. So the nuns.
I feel like that's a hint to the farm, honestly.
Because it's
a steer.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I can see that.
What else?
Symbolic of the farm. Yeah.
What else could be a symbol? They didn't put that there just because it looks creepy. It has to mean something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean. Because that's not a gargoyle.
I guess it's also the symbol of the gargoyle.
Yeah, but it's not a gargoyle. Like, they could have made it a gargoyle.
But doesn't he wear something like that? Not just the horns, but doesn't he have, like, a mask that's similar to,
he does have a mask that kind of looks like
deer?
It. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I mean, he's obviously meant to represent the Gargoyle King, but I think you're right that it might be a hint that it's something else.
Yeah. For now, I'm going to guess farm, but...
I mean, it's got to be the farm.
a lot to work on.
It's got to be the farm. Yeah. Because why else does the farm exist?
I know.
It doesn't... There's
and they're
no
not telling us anything.
Yeah. Now...
That's right.
This is where we ended up.
Yes.
So...
They deserved it.
They did deserve it, but it's just like... They didn't want to testify against Hiram, so they went so far as to use their religion and take a vow of silence. And then they were uncovered, which was great. I loved that.
Yeah.
And then
like
he helps them escape just so they can die?
Or he killed them off.
Yeah. Like...
I don't think they drank the Kool-Aid, or what is it?
They drank the Kool-Aid.
It's a symbol for the Kool-Aid,
he forced them to drink
I think he forced them to shut them up.
Yeah.
Because they didn't believe... They were using the Gargoyle King as a tool.
Right.
And so I feel like they wouldn't disrespect the Gargoyle King and use him as a ploy in their plans if they thought he was real.
Okay.
You know?
Right, they didn't believe in the Gargoyle King, yeah.
I don't think they did.
So you're saying they didn't do it on their own.
I don't think that they would have then been like, oh, I guess he is real, let's all ascend.
Right. So they were forced to do it by...
That's what I suspect, but obviously we don't have a lot to work on. It was a little weird that he put them in their nun costumes.
Yeah.
because they never wore their nun costumes because they knew they weren't nuns for 6 years. So something fishy is going on.
Yeah, he definitely, whoever did it, presumably Hiram or his people, or whoever's above Hiram, whatever, did it in order to evoke that religious imagery, right? That the gargoyle is still king, the gargoyle is still God, etc.
I have a question. You see that the stand it's on, like the podium, there's some human skulls, but what are those smaller things? Are those like hooves? Oh. I see the 3 skulls, but the things around it look like bone, but they don't look like skulls. So are they like maybe femurs all stacked on top of each other? Oh.
Yeah, I think it's like the skull and crossbones, right? So I think they're the crossbones. That would be my guess.
They look like the end of it, the butt end that looks like that.
Yeah, it does look like little.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Maybe it is that little part, where it's like...
Another random thought. Just appreciating the details in the show.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the details, No Exit, because of course we were going in circles, but also the John Paul Sartre play, No Exit, in which the thesis of that play was hell is other people. Okay. And that was, I think, very much in play.
That is.
In this episode.
I can see that.
And, I mean, this whole season, but especially this episode with the the nuns, but also with our, I guess, biggest, most discussion-worthy plot line.
Are you talking about the last one?
Yes, the last one. Do we want to get into that now, or do we want to? Let's just get. Okay, so let's get into the grizzly bear in the room. We have to deal with it. Which, of course, the grizzly bear was not in the room because we never saw its ugly mug.
We didn't.
I could not believe that.
They just didn't want to spend the money.
They didn't want to spend the money. That's what it is. But come on, at least give us a little glimpse.
A problem I had with it was his wounds were arm, chest. You can see that. Yeah. But when a person's instinct is to hold their hands up. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised it wasn't
defensive wounds.
It looked like he kind of went more just that.
He was I'm ready to go.
He's take me. Time
Jesus, take the wheel.
I mean,
it's a little that much of a fight. It's a little fake. I love that. Yeah. Riverdale's hell.
Yep.
That's the Gargoyle King is Lucifer.
That makes sense because what was the character? Billy? Who was the one that
Yeah, Billy, I think.
Billy he died, but then he showed up with Sabrina.
I love it.
It would make sense.
I love it. It should happen.
It should.
But yeah, so
he's not dead. No. They tried killing off Jughead, and he ended up being alive.
That's true. Immediately.
When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, right. You can't fool me.
I saw someone write out a review that was explaining how the show would be better if Archie died. Really? And I felt super defensive because I was like, please,
take him from me.
Leave my Archie alone. Who's going to be shirtless if he's not in the show anymore?
But that's right. Yeah. Yeah, who would be? I guess Reggie could be shirtless.
Yeah, that's true.
Hasn't he been shirtless at some point?
He's been a couple of times, I think. Yeah, right there.
But Archie.
But yeah, Reggie.
Yeah, you're right there.
Reggie's stepping up, but come on. Archie is shirtless central.
I mean, this is the reason why I know Archie's not going to die. He's the main guy of the series. You can't kill out the main character. Yeah. You're not Game of Thrones. Sorry. Right. And I think that him surviving this death is the reason why Reggie and Veronica's relationship is going to last one episode. Because as soon as she finds out that he almost died, she's going right back to him. Exactly. And there's going to be a love triangle.
Yeah, there'll probably be a bit of a...
her mom.
Reggie will be a little thirsty, but... Yeah. Veronica is ride or die. So when she finds out that while she was not writing, he almost died, she will get back on board. Yeah. Yeah. So I do think it was meant to be a symbolic death of, he literally killed the part of himself that was...
He didn't like.
That he didn't like. Which I don't get it. I was his stupidity is what led us all here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. This is what led me here. I'm it's you.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually I get it on the one hand because Archie's personality is one of the biggest complaints people have with Riverdale. Yep. Even though I feel there are many other things to complain about, I feel Archie is a sweet bean.
Why did the article say that it would get better without him?
Okay, because they were saying that even when he's the central part of the story, it doesn't he's isolated. Okay. Right? It's things happen, he's off doing one thing while everything else is going on.
That is a good point.
From the start, he was off having a secret affair with Grundy, right?
That
didn't really intersect.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. And so they were and then we would have a season of everyone dealing with...
One thing.
His death.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it would be Betty has to deal with her like, did she really love Archie? Well, the complicated feelings would affect her relationship with Jughead, and then Veronica would, like, finally have a real reason to, like, destroy her father.
But I feel like they'd lose a lot of viewers.
Yes.
If they killed him
I don't
off.
think they I mean, I don't think it's a good idea.
And it might kill the show.
Yes.
It might make the show better, but it might kill off the fan base that the show had.
It's like the OC. Remember?
Yeah.
Like, the OC, they killed off
right.
Marissa, and everyone hated Marissa and said she was just a problem.
Yeah.
But then she died, and yes, the show had a creative resurgence in that season, but they also lost their drive to continue without Marissa, and...
Toku-Kid's like, so what you're saying is we don't need Archie.
Here's the thing. Yes.
We need him for his shirtlessness.
Okay, listen.
How dare you?
We don't... Things would be better without Archie, but we do need Archie, I think.
do.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, aside from the fact
We
that...
need him to create the drama.
Exactly. To create the drama, and he is like the driving force. Like, everyone is brought together by their inexplicable love of Archie.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's just how it is. It's just how it is. So please don't kill Archie. Please let him live. I do wonder, though, how different he'll be when he comes back. Because we have to assume that something will be different when he's killed that part of himself.
I'm wondering, because it didn't seem like he necessarily killed off the good part of himself. It felt more like he was killing off the weak part of himself.
Yes.
So he might kind of turn a little evil.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is weak to him, right?
Well, like when he
indecisive,
didn't really do something to help his dad.
Yeah.
You know,
cowardly.
He wants someone who's going to kind of like take action a bit more. Not like, I feel like he does take a lot of guilt for the guy that got shot and he got blamed for it.
Cassidy?
Thank you, Cassidy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, didn't we kind of see an Archie like that in season 2? Vigilante Archie?
We did, but I think it's going to be like more cutthroat, like not less heroic, more cutthroat.
More cutthroat.
More dark.
Okay, all right.
Is the
It'll
vibe
be interesting.
I'm getting.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down with it. I'm down with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is
tell.
going to happen? Let us know in the chat what you think will happen when Archie comes back. If Archie comes back, if you want to make the case that he's dead, please feel free. Because the promo did really want us to do the thing. Toku-Kid.
Savage! You're so savage!
Why is he like this?
It's true, though. I think
it's not
you guys
because
are
of the
not
shirt.
wrong.
No, it's not because of the shirtlessness that we would lose ratings. It's because that was an incidental comment. Actuality, it's because Archie is like the central focus. Like, even when he's off doing his own thing, other people are motivated by Archie.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, and not just his shirtlessness.
No. But I think that a lot of the fan base around Riverdale is younger.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing. Like, as much as we've got, like, we enjoy all of this, like, cult stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, the mystery that's coming around. Like, the reason that the show gets so much, like, water cooler conversation, like, on social media is, like, from shipping.
Yes.
From the kind of, you know, that kind of thing that requires...
The drama, the triangles, the romance.
Exactly.
It's definitely something vital in someone going through puberty, you know?
Yeah.
So, I feel like that does help because the fan base, their emotions drive their desire to watch these shows.
Right.
But no, I agree with you where that he does create an important plot line to the story.
Right.
You're not wrong. That is...
Even though it's usually, why are you so dumb, Archie?
Yes. It's usually why did you do that? But now I'm kind of like, why are you so dumb, Jughead?
Yeah, Jughead's kind of taking the
that
cake
mask.
right now. Yeah, well, for not taking off that mask, but also because he's trying to be he's trying to be the noble hero.
Yeah.
But he's not really being steered in the right direction.
Yeah. I've been questioning Jughead's decisions lately. I know he's trying to do good, but I think he's doing more damage than good.
Yes, I'm looking forward to biting him in the butt a little bit, right?
I think so. I was reading Toku-Kid's sentence and I got distracted.
So the show itself isn't good. It's the stories he will make up about the show is what keep people watching.
That one lost me.
The fanfic?
Is it the fanfic? No, because I don't listen to any fanfic. Or
No,
read.
I'm trying to understand what Toku-Kid's saying here.
I think they do an Archie versus Jughead angle from the Gargle angle with Betty being the peacekeeper.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
Archie versus
like
Jughead.
it's gonna end up with Archie versus Jughead. Well, I mean, if Archie really comes back as like a better version of himself,
I'm wondering if Heel Life is onto something because Archie, since he did kind of kill off the part of him that, like, confronted Hiram Lodge.
Yeah.
Maybe he will be a person that sides with Hiram Lodge to kind of get what he wants instead of going against the grain. He's kind of going with the grain.
Maybe.
And maybe Heel Life is onto something. Maybe there will be kind of like an Archie versus Jughead, since Jughead is trying so hard to fight against Hiram Lodge.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that Jughead is kind of, like you said, like, he's being the dumb one now.
Yeah.
He's kind of stepping into the Archie position of, like, noble idiot.
Yes.
Or he's, like, trying to like, jump right in, like, forward straight ahead without really knowing where he's going.
Yeah.
So maybe Archie will actually take the role that Jughead used to take.
Yeah.
Of being, like, the more cautious one,
Then
or the more,
the gargoyle angle.
From the gargoyle angle.
So you think Archie's gonna be on the Gargoyle King's side? I'm lost.
Well,
I'm
no,
trying to
because
formulate
he's the one that said, or she, I'm not sure. They were the one that said that Jughead was going to become Archie's Man in Black.
Okay.
So
That's right.
that would
That's
imply
right.
that Jughead ends up getting, I would say, like, because he's always been the one that's been more invested in G&G,
Yeah.
right? So he might get sucked into the...
It's true. He probably will have a gargoyle crack baby nerd army. I mean, you're not wrong, because he's dealing with all that stuff, and he shouldn't be, and he's making these dumb decisions. Because he's keeping Fangs in his group, who is a drug dealer.
Yes. Yeah, Fangs, I think that Fangs is going to be a little bit of a Judas. We've already had a Judas moment before, but that was for Archie.
I think Fangs is going to be a problem.
Jughead's Judas.
Jughead is dumb for keeping him in the group, especially since, did they really have that strong of a bond before? Because did we see him around that much?
He's, like, there. He's always there, but we didn't really have, like... I feel like he's always the one causing problems. I don't know.
I mean, Tony was there just as much as
Tony,
was.
I'm actually surprised that he was so quick to let go of Tony, because they were really close.
Wait, Heel Life says, no, Jughead's going to turn heel, and Archie
Yeah,
will
so
have
Jughead's
to
going to be dragged into the... I would say, like, Jughead's going to be the one that gets dragged into that life, right?
I see.
I see. Or go, like,
so
dark
they're not
or
against
evil, like
each
you were
other.
saying.
He's gonna have to help him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, like, bring him back.
Bring Jughead back.
Bring Jughead back. Exactly.
Craziness.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was actually going to say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony and Cheryl actually end up helping save Jughead whenever he gets too far in.
now that he
because
kind of shunned them
exactly.
and kicked them out.
Because he'll realize, or they'll show that they were the ones that he should have kept around. You know?
I mean, it's obvious.
Glamour J eggs or not.
Why didn't she bring this outfit back?
That was amazing.
This was
okay,
awesome.
but let's be honest.
That's
the cat
real
burglar
Robin
outfits
Hood.
were really cute, though.
They were
really cute. Like,
they were cute, but they were, like, simple. You just buy a bunch of black clothes and you wear it.
True.
This was like, damn, where'd you get that red jacket and hood?
That was
like,
pretty,
that was custom made.
Thea Queen is jealous right
you
now.
don't just go to the you don't just go to the store and buy that with the matching red gloves and the matching red quiver and I can't see what else does she have. I can't see it. But I mean, I felt like that was more of a superhero costume.
Yes, for sure.
And the cute cat.
Now we could do our tardy absent truant.
Okay.
Except that a lot of people...
Everyone was in this.
Almost everyone's in this.
I'm trying to think who was not in this.
Now, here's what I would say for tardy, though. Let's be... Josie was there to sing, right? She does not get to do anything other than sing.
And scream. She got to scream.
And then she got to scream.
Right?
And her singing, got taken away by Veronica. When Josie dared to speak up and say, I don't like this, Veronica was like, I'll just sing then. That's the only thing Josie does. Why would you do that to her?
Bummer. Yeah, that was like her one thing on the show. And they kind of took it from her. Veronica is good, but
Veronica's good.
I enjoy Josie's performance.
Yes. Like when she was singing at the beginning of that episode, like, come on, that was amazing.
Yeah. The 100. I hope not.
Into the 100.
The post-apocalyptic
Oh my god, that would be so funny though. Yes, like Riverdale, what's happened to Riverdale is what becomes of the earth.
Yeah.
And that's what the 100.
And the serpents started it all.
Exactly. They made the earth uninhabitable by humans. That's amazing. Now, Betty's mom was there. And Fred was there in the dream.
Fred was there in the dream.
Josie's mom was helping. Was
this the episode that Cheryl's mom had the seizure, or was that the last episode?
Last episode.
Okay.
Cheryl's mom was absent. This is true. But Cheryl's grandma was there.
She was there.
Yeah. Which was a nice surprise.
Veronica's parents were there.
Hermione wasn't there.
Ex-sheriff, he wasn't there.
Yes, but Kevin only showed up to be like, hey, no touching.
That's true.
So, Kevin's another tardy one.
He was tardy, yeah.
Kevin's another tardy one. But yeah, Hermione was conspicuously absent.
No. Yeah.
Also conspicuously absent was Ethel, who should have been there with them.
She really should have, because she agreed to leave with them.
Exactly.
So where did she go?
She agreed to leave with them, and now suddenly she's not there anymore.
I totally forgot about Ethel.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Ethel was just like, bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where did she go? So is she on their side still, or do you think she's up to something? You think she left because she's like, no,
I think that
Archie or Jughead will be mine.
I think that if she was up to something, they would have brought up that she wasn't there.
Okay.
But I think it was more like the actress just wasn't available, and they just didn't bother giving an explanation, you know?
Yeah. I felt bad for Ethel.
Yeah.
She really devoted like her whole life to the Gargoyle King.
Yeah, it's a little sad. Toku's got a lot of them.
Yeah, he's got a lot of these mashups. Maybe this Riverdale's a secret reboot mashup and a new reboot of Children of the Corn. Oh, that'd be so bad.
Speaking of Children of the Corn, like, I know we already brought it up, but, like, all these, you know, brainwashed girls are going to be at the farm, which is just more brainwashing. Like,
yes.
What do we think is the outcome of that? Like, what do we think is the purpose of that?
Brainwashing at the farm?
Yeah. Like, or just the farm's existence. To begin with.
Like you said, to be a place to send characters off, we don't need them anymore.
But let's pretend for a second that the show has a real reason for their actions.
Obviously, it's going to be an explanation for all of the supernatural.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an explanation of the Gargoyle King and G&G resurfacing.
Okay.
So
you think it originated at the farm?
Yeah, I think it originated at the farm. Because recently, the farm's starting to get a lot more members. And I think they did that by...
Yeah, they're getting really aggressive about...
they are.
Yeah, about recruiting.
So that's where I think it stands, but it's hard.
Yeah, it is really hard.
Confirmed, Kevin's dad is Gargoyle King. He wasn't there, so that makes
exactly. He's the Gargoyle King. He was the one in the mask. That's why they didn't take off the mask, because it would have been Kevin's dad. They want to reveal that it's him.
That's Kevin's dad. How dare you? Sheriff turned villain.
No.
Shamed.
And I would say, like, oh, but what's the connection between Hiram and the farm? But Hiram's got a connection with everyone all the time, and it can be revealed just at the, you know, snap of your fingers.
Yeah.
So
it can't be Hiram. It's too obvious.
Yeah. I mean, Hiram's involved, right? So he's got to have.
But I think he's working for the Gargoyle King.
Exactly.
What does pin say? Let's look at what he's wearing.
The button. The button
is it
means.
A button?
It looks like it's
just a button on the other side. Is it just a?
It's just
lapel pin.
It's just a lapel pin. Yeah. Right. It's just a lapel pin. No, but I think that we'll like get a flashback eventually of like when Hiram was on the farm, you know, and then he got brainwashed into Gargoyle Kinging. Because I still remember that moment where he was like, I don't remember what happened. But it was at the end of the episode or the end when he was alone in the office and he like turns out and looks at the Gargoyle King.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, so why does he have that painting in his office? Is that not weird? I'd be like, dude, that is very weird.
But I think that that's symbolic of, like you said, there's still someone he answers to. Yeah. You know, he's like the dragon. Before you get the big boss.
I could see that happening. Watch an episode, have the supernatural crew drive into town and solve all their issues and end the series.
Hey, oh my god, what if the Supernatural's 300th episode is killing Riverdale?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I can see it happening.
Archie doesn't like that.
I have a question. How long do you think Archie's non-red hair is going to last? Because isn't that like his natural color, what they have right now?
Yes.
You think they're just tired of dyeing it red?
No, I think it's symbolic of new dark Archie.
Phoenix so you think Archie. He'll have it during this phase?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Until he like picks up a guitar again, and suddenly his hair will
that was a weird comment. He's like, I haven't touched a guitar in ages, or something like that. And I'm like, dude, that was like not that long ago.
Yeah. And what does that mean? Does that mean that like the real Archie will be the one with the guitar in his hand, or like new Archie's just never gonna use it again? You know, I don't know.
I wonder if he's just like over music. I don't know.
It's just over music. I hope not.
Isn't this a flashback of his dad?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yes.
I still want my Archie's Archie's reunion. Yeah. I need it. I need like a Battle of the Bands episode. Anyway.
The White Knight. No, wait. He was the it was the Red Paladin, right? Archie was, but his dad was...
Oh my god.
Was it Paladin too? I don't remember.
Yeah. Hiram is actually the man in black from the Dark Tower and found a portal to them leaving. Open to attack for Pennywise and Tommy Knockers.
It just gets crazier and crazier.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then the Rugrats show up and everybody throws around some peanuts. So
we've all been cracking jokes about, like, the nature of this episode. So I guess it's time for the Ginger Snaps. Yes. I would love to know, before we even say ours, I would love to know what y'all think. What are your Ginger Snaps of the episode? On, 1 to 5, go, especially y'all, Toku Kid and Heel Life.
Toku Kid, I just can't wait. He's going to give it, like, 5... 3 Pennywises and 2. What else do we got?
No, just because,
2 Krampuses.
I've really been enjoying this season. I thought it was the best season so far, but the mid-season finale and then this premiere, I feel have been a little bit
there's a lot of
unanswered
questions.
Yes, unanswered questions. What's the word? Spinning its wheels. That's what I was saying.
Wheels.
That's what I was going for. I was like, why don't you understand what this means?
I like that. Yeah.
That's what I feel about these last 2 episodes. And it's I feel there's so much that they can mine, even if we really find out the answer to the Gargoyle King or to Ascension, right?
Yeah.
That I'm surprised that we haven't gotten a little
1 out of 5
safe school district series matchups.
That is so good. I don't know if I'd go 1 out of 5, but I'd probably give it maybe a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Just because of the odd jump from the last episode. Because we had a gap.
Yeah.
I feel like when left on that cliffhanger, they should explain it. And they didn't really explain that cliffhanger about the quarantine. So that's why I'd give it 2 out of 5, because I felt like it wasn't a smooth transition.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot that they could have accomplished. They did accomplish in this episode without having that time jump. Maybe the drug deal was something that had to happen in order to get Jughead in through the quarantine, Or maybe the...
Yeah, but do we know how Jughead got in?
We don't.
Okay, all right. I was did you know something?
No, I'm saying we could have seen that instead. If we had started there, how can Jughead get in? Only if. Yes. Only through these series of events.
I get it. Yeah.
No gargoyle reference.
No gargoyle. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It
just kind of stalled. I mean, the only one was
I think they hinted at Hiram, but...
Yeah, because Jughead was wasn't it Jughead? He was the man in black, the Gargoyle King, how many names do you have? And that was it.
Was that Jughead or was that Archie in his dream?
Oh, you're right.
That was Archie's dream.
That's Archie in his dream.
So that's why it wasn't in real life.
Once again, I was conflating Archie and Jughead because they're trading places.
Yeah, they are trading places.
But yeah, I think I would give it a 1.5 out of 5. I'm gonna be in between. 1.5 out of 5.
Be the middleman.
Just because I just think that the show can be so much better than this. This is still it's creepy and it's got great one-liners from Cheryl, but it's kind of missing that magic that makes it click. That it's been clicking for 8 episodes or 7 episodes, and now it's let's get that magic back.
Yeah.
And maybe what it needs is Archie back in Riverdale. Maybe the problem is him being isolated over there.
They need him back into the plot.
Yeah.
Stuff goes wrong when Archie's not around, so they can't kill him off.
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Tokukid said, trying to find ways to make it better, hoping for the Avengers Justice League, Watchmen, Supernatural.
Wayward Sisters Rugrats crossover.
Oh my god. Okay. But Rugrats, the Riverdale characters as Rugrats characters, that would be epic.
Yeah,
that needs to happen.
It would be.
Someone please make that happen.
Yes,
I don't know how, but that would be so funny.
Tweet us.
Yes. I can't remember the name of the older girl.
Are you talking about Angelica?
Thank you. I was going to say Angela. That would be Cheryl.
Yes.
That's all I got right now.
100%
I know that's Cheryl, and that's all I got.
100% Cheryl.
Okay. Well, I think that probably, that's all, folks, for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just remember that you can always come back to that#show.com. We'll write up news and possibly reviews of Riverdale. And
up there.
Yeah. And come back to this YouTube page for various other shows for everything trending in geek pop culture. Oh.